Following his overseas trip, President Prabowo convenes a late-night meeting at his Kartanegara residence. On the agenda, tightening safety protocols for the free nutritious meal program after recent food poisoning incident. A free press flashpoint: the presidential palace revokes a CNN Indonesia reporter's press credential, sparking immediate pushback from the press council, which is demanding the journalist's access to be restored. It's official, Indonesia now celebrates National Comedy Day every September 27th, honoring the legacy of the legendary entertainer Bing Slamet. Good evening and thank you for joining us. We have the full details on these stories and much more ahead. Stay with us for the clarity and context you need. This is What's Up Today with me, Nailah Inayah Harahap. The country is demanding clarity, not political noise. After a week of diplomacy overseas, President Prabowo has brought his team to the table for a critical status check and a course correction at home. The focus is sharp from rice stock and rural livelihoods to the free nutritious meals program now under intense scrutiny.
On Sunday night in South Jakarta, President Prabowo Subianto called his top ministers to his Kartanegara residence for a priority review. According to State Secretary Prasetyo Hadi, the president demanded immediate updates on his flagship programs, issuing a direct order to tighten food safety control for the free nutritious meals initiative following recent poisoning cases. The secretary stressed that the president's message was clear. Children's safety is non-negotiable, and hygiene procedure in every kitchen must be strictly enforced. Also on the agenda were national food security and production targets. The president sought assurance from Food Affairs Minister Zulkifli Hasan that programs to maintain rice reserve and boost self-sufficiency are on track. This included reviewing Bulog's current stock levels and plans for revitalizing fisheries to support coastal communities. The meeting followed urgent coordination early in the day to address governance gap. Media reports indicate that ministries have been instructed to standardize their workflow so that kitchen audits, supplier checks, and ingredient traceability are identical across the entire country. From Jakarta, the Media Publikasi News Team report for What's Up Today.
Here's the bottom line: the president is signaling that the meal program will continue, but with much stricter oversight. We can expect to see swift cross-check led by the Food and Health Ministries, along with new procedural memos sent to schools and kitchens nationwide. This isn't about creating new policy. It's about enforcing the rules already in place and ensuring a rapid correction when things go wrong. We will continue to track the tangible changes on the ground, from kitchen audits to supplier vetting. Next, a growing controversy at the presidential palace raises serious questions about press freedom and the public's right to know. From the delivery of policy, we now turn to how the public gets to hear about it. A journalist's pass to cover the presidential palace has been revoked, and Indonesia's press organizations are pushing back, demanding transparent reason and immediate restoration.
The right to ask tough questions is in the spotlight tonight. CNN Indonesia reports that the Presidential Press Bureau revoked the palace press credentials of its reporter, Diana Valencia, on Saturday evening. The move came just hours after she questioned President Prabowo about the recent problems plaguing the free nutritious meals program. The news organization has sent formal letters demanding a legal justification for the decision. The response from media organization has been swift. The press council, led by Komarudin Hidayat, has urged the palace to immediately restore the reporters' access to prevent the obstruction of journalistic work. the Indonesian Journalists Association, PWI, echoed that call, stating the action could violate protection guarantee under the 1999 press law. When asked about the situation, State Secretary Prasetyo Hadi stated he is looking for the best solution, suggesting internal discussions are ongoing. As of Sunday night, however, the Press Bureau has not released any public explanation for its action. Reporting from Jakarta, this is the Media Publikasi News team for What's Up Today.
This story boils down to three key points. First, the timeline is critical. A tough question was asked, and the reporter's credentials were pulled hours later. Second, the appeal from press organization isn't about special privilege, it's about the need for clear, consistent rules for accreditation and a formal process for appeals. And third, the government's statement that it's seeking a solution suggests the door may be open for reinstatement. We will be watching for an official written explanation from the police. The public benefits when journalists have predictable access and can ask questions openly. If a rule was broken, it should be stated clearly. If not, the credentials should be restored. We will bring you updates as soon as a formal resolution is announced. Now we shift from public access to financial protection. The recent haze targeting dormant BNI accounts has sharpened the tension between the need for rapid crime prevention and the inconvenience it causes for innocent customers.
A sophisticated crime targeting sleeping bank accounts has been uncovered. The National Police Criminal Investigation Agency has arrested 9 suspects allegedly involved in syndicate that saved approximately 12 million euro or 204 billion rupiah from dormant accounts at a state-owned bank. Investigators say the group struck on a Friday evening, outside of normal banking hours, to avoid triggering immediate security alerts. This case has renewed a national debate over a controversial policy from Indonesia's anti-money laundering agency, the PPATK. Since mid-2025, the agency has temporarily frozen a large number of dormant accounts to prevent this exact type of misuse. The PPATK maintains this is a protective measure. For customers, BNI has clarified the process for regaining access. If an account was frozen by the PPATK, the holder can request it be unblocked through their local branch. Once approved, the account can be reactivated by simply visiting the bank with a valid ID and making a transaction. From Jakarta, the Media Publikasi News team for What's Up Today.
Dormant accounts, those with no activity for a long period, are a known vulnerability. The criminals allegedly exploited accounts that appeared abandoned. The response is twofold. First, the police investigation to arrest the thieves and recover the money. Second, the systemic freeze by PPATK to prevent future thefts. For our viewers at home, the advice is simple. If you have an old inactive account, make a small transaction periodically to keep it active. And if you find your account is frozen, contact your bank branch directly to begin the reactivation process. We will continue to follow the prosecution of this case and report on any new measures banks are implementing to protect customer funds. After the break, culture takes center stage as we celebrate Indonesia's first ever National Comedy Day. Stay with us. Welcome back to What's Up Today. From policy and the press, we turn to the culture that entertains and unites us. The nation now has an official National Comedy Day directly tied to the legacy of the great Bing Slamet. This is about more than just celebrating punchlines. It's about formal recognition, preserving history, and building a stage for the next generation of comedic talent.
It's a historic moment for Indonesian arts and culture. The government has officially designated September 27 as National Comedy Day. The date was chosen to coincide with the birthday of Bing Slamet, a multi-talented icon of Indonesian entertainment. The Culture Ministry made the announcement in Jakarta, framing comedy as a vital part of the nation's heritage and a powerful tool for social commentary. The family of the late Bing Slamet expressed their gratitude, calling the recognition both meaningful and long overdue. The inaugural celebration was led by the Indonesian Comedians Association and the stand-up comedy community, Stand Up Indo. They described the day as a lebaran for comedians, a moment of celebration that they hope will serve as a launchpad for more showcases, mentorship programs, and crucially, the preservation of classic comedic works for future generations. Reporting from Jakarta, this is the Media Publikasi team for WhatsApp Today.
This is more than just a symbolic gesture. Having an official day on the calendar matters for securing budgets and creating new programs in schools, libraries, and at cultural festival. We can expect to see art organizations pitching for new grants and exhibits tied to September 27th each year. This is about building a bridge from the legend of the past to the rising stars of today. We'll be watching to see how this official recognition translates into real support for the arts. Now from the stage to community safety, we have an update on a school fire in Pemantang Siantar. We turn now to a safety update that many parents in Pemantang Siantar have been asking about. A fire broke out in the Awaslia school area overnight. Emergency crews have since secured the site, and investigators are now working to determine the cause.
An emergency call out in Pemantang Siantar on Sunday night as a fire broke out at the Awaslia school complex on Jalan Raja Minra. Residents reported seeing flame erupt from a house connected to the school grounds, which then spread quickly. Fire crews were dispatched to the scene and successfully contained the blaze. Initial reports indicate that 3 rooms were damaged, primarily a guard residence and nearby storage areas. Witnesses told local media they heard a loud burst just before the smoke and flames became visible. Thankfully, authorities have confirmed that no casualties were reported in the incident. Investigators are now on site to determine the cause of the fire. From Pemantang Siantar, the Media Publikasi news team reports for WhatsApp Today.
While the investigation gets underway, this serves as a critical safety reminder. Authorities are urging all residents to ensure they have emergency contacts safe, keep home exit clear, and have all the electrical wiring inspected regularly. For the school, the immediate priorities will be a structural safety assessment and making arrangement for temporary classroom if needed. The most important news is that no one was hurt. We will provide an update once investigators release their official findings on the case. When we return, a fatal crash involving a teenager raises questions about road maintenance. And later, a much-needed victory for PSMS Medan on the football pitch. Don't go away. You are back with What's Up Today. We return to a fundamental issue, safe roads for our communities. In Pagar Merbau, a teenager has tragically lost his life in a crash that residents say began with a simple pothole. The details are stark and they raise practical questions about road maintenance, lighting, and the vigilance required around heavy vehicles.
A tragedy on the road of Deli Serdang has left a community in mourning and demanding action. A 16-year-old boy was killed on Saturday night in Pagar Merbau after his motorcycle reportedly hit a large pothole, causing him to fall into the path of an oncoming truck. The victim, identified only by his initial, died at the scene. Local police have opened an investigation and are taking statement. Residents say the road has been in poor condition for a long time and is poorly lit at night. The incident has intensified calls for faster road repair, clearer routes for heavy truck, and better enforcement of speed limit, especially on roads that run through villages and near schools. From Deli Serdang, the media publikasi news team reports for WhatsApp Today.
As one resident told us, prevention is boring until it saves a life. The community is calling for 3 immediate fixes. Patch the most dangerous potholes now, improve lighting at key intersections, and enforce truck speed limits in residential areas. While patches are a start, families are pushing the Public Works Agency for a long-term resurfacing schedule to prevent future tragedies. We will follow up this week to see if repair crews are scheduled for that area. For our final story, we head to the football pitch for a positive result in Medan. And we close tonight on the football pitch. PSMS Medan needed points and the squad delivered at home a clean sheet to decisive goals and a welcome climb up the league table.
A big win at home for PSMS Medan. The team defeated Sumsel United 2-0 on Sunday at the North Sumatra main stadium in their Liga 2 championship match. Kim Jong-ho put PSMS ahead in the 24th minute with a decisive strike, and Srisman Arianto sealed the victory just 5 minutes into the second half. The win gives PSMS a crucial 3 points, lifting them to 4 points after 3 matches in the championship round. Following the match, Coach Kasartadi praised his team's work rate and defensive structure, calling the win a vital platform to build on as they head into a tougher stretch of games. The home crowd's energy was electric, celebrating a performance that showed both grit and control. From Medan, this is the Media Publikasi News team for WhatsApp Today.
It's a modest but important climb up the table for PSMS. The challenge now is to translate this home field momentum into strong performance on the road. For the supporters, tonight's win wasn't just about the 3 points. It was a display of the discipline, structured football they've been waiting to see. And that is our full report for this edition of WhatsApp Today. Our commitment is to bring you the stories that matter with the clarity you deserve. If our work helps keep you informed, please subscribe to our channel and activate notifications so you never miss an update. Thank you for joining us. I'm Naila Inaya Harahap. Good night.